Hello everyone, I'm RecV5.
And I am Sandman99.
And welcome back to Madden NFL 2005, the Lifers franchise, I believe.
Yep. Well, we're still in the Crusaders series, and I think I'm going to stick this one in just after Crusaders Week 11 as an extra bonus episode.
Yep.
Because we got a viewer request, and that viewer wanted to see the Alcatraz Lifers, because we did mention them quite a lot. We spotlighted running back Anthony Gaines.
Yep.
In the last episode. So we're going to play. And before we start, of course, we're in year 4 with the Lifers here.
Yep.
And week 16. So we're getting near the end of year 4.
Indeed. And I haven't actually played this team in a little while, but I think it's still the same team as before, right?
Yes, it is. In fact, we'll look at the rosters here, and this roster has your fingerprints all over it. Okay. Like if we look at the depth chart here, of course, well, we've got the same 3 quarterbacks that we started the franchise with. Of course, Aaron Baker has improved to 99 overall. Casey Mitchell now is up to 83, and after much hard work and determination, Amos Paris is now 73 overall rated.
Wow.
So yeah, in a pinch, I could actually cripple the offense through using Amos Paris if I absolutely had to.
That's amazing.
However, Casey Mitchell is extremely unhappy right now because, of course, he's an 83 rated quarterback who doesn't get to play because the starter is rated 99 overall.
Okay, KC Mitchell can, suck it up.
Well, that's how it's going to be. But basically, Baker is not too different from Bo Jenkins on the Crusaders, although I think Bo's got a tiny bit faster.
I think he's also got a slightly stronger arm, too.
Yeah. And, Bo Jenkins has a stronger arm. He's got a 99 throw power. However, 92 is more than sufficient to run my offense. And, of course, as I said before, Baker is ever so slightly slower, too. He can still move around in the pocket a little bit, but he can't actually, make good yardage scrambling the way that Bo Jenkins can on occasion.
Yep.
Okay, so we look at the halfbacks, and here's Anthony Gaines, who we spotlighted in the last episode, and he's got 79 speed, 67 strength, 86 agility, and 84 acceleration. So those 2 ability scores right there
are what make him great.
Are what make him a good running back. And he's so-so at catching, but he has a 99 carrying rating and an 82 break tackle, so he can run over people as well.
Yep.
And he's a mediocre blocker, but he's not really asked to do very much blocking in this offense.
Yeah, he mostly just carries the ball.
Because he's mainly the guy carrying the ball. And of course, Alex Ball, this is one of RecV5X's players.
Yep.
Who was a wide receiver that got drafted a couple of seasons ago and then converted to halfback because you wanted a speed guy out of the backfield.
That's right, yep.
And he's got 89 acceleration to go along with his 88 speed, so he's not Kelvin Allen by any means, but he is still pretty speedy.
And he's got a really good carrying rating, too.
He can carry the ball well. He's getting to be a decent guy at breaking tackles as well.
It's mostly just his agility that's lacking.
Yeah. It's just his agility that's lacking. But, if you want to hand the ball off to him on a stretch play, well, you don't really need a lot of agility to run that kind of play. You just need to be fast, right? And then, of course, we've got Desmond Welch here, who's a second-year player, I think, as well. And he actually should be a fullback. He's got 74 acceleration to go with his 77 speed. And he's okay at carrying the ball, but he's the best blocker of the 3 of them.
Yeah, that's really what he's all about, is the blocking.
And he's also like a 260-pound halfback.
Yep.
So he's big, right? Anyway, but I do have a couple of pretty good fullbacks already, as you can see.
Yeah, well, I guess if Roberts ever retires, that's where Welch comes in, right?
That's right. That's what I'm kind of looking at, actually. Because I deliberately decided to run, this is my fingerprints on the offense, I just deliberately decided I wanted to run a true fullback. So Williams is a fullback that I drafted.
Yep.
Right. And he's very much like, they're very similar players. Neither of them are very good at catching, but they can carry the ball okay out of the fullback position. But they're both very good blockers. Particularly Williams is a punishing run blocker, right?
Yep.
With 90 run blocking. So that's why Gaines is effective running the ball. And then, of course, we got good old John Mike Houston and Mo Rose. And then we've got Ernie Rice. And this guy is my main offensive weapon, right? With 96 speed and 96 acceleration to go with 84 agility. And then, of course, we've got Grant Brown, who's temporarily playing wide receiver this season just to improve his catching a little bit. He normally plays the nickel corner position. But he's got 69 catching now, and by the end of the season, I'm hoping that he'll get that over 70. And then I'll put him back on the defense, and he'll be an interception threat. So anyway, the Lifers have okay tight ends. Lewis Hudson, of course, is a pretty good player. He and Clark both are very good at catching the ball. And then we have actually got a pretty good offensive line, a very good offensive line. I don't think we have a player rated lower than 88 on the entire offensive line, even the backups.
Nice.
Right? So, yeah. The offensive line is as good as anybody.
Yeah, they're very solid.
Anyway, at right end, we've got a guy named Richie White.
Ooh, he's fast.
Who's very fast. And he's got okay acceleration, and he's got pretty good agility. So he can avoid those cut blocks and stuff from the running backs, right? And at defensive tackle, we've got some pretty decent guys on the inside. No superstars, but we've got like 4 players here who could play, right?
Yep.
And then the left outside linebacker. The outside linebackers are not as good of players as they are on the Crusaders, right? Like the left and right outside linebackers are the superstars on the Crusaders, and here they're basically just lunch pail players, right? The best linebacker on the team is actually Jamie Boston, who plays in the middle.
Yeah, this is what he looks like, fully developed.
Yeah. So he's got decent speed. He's got very good strength. He doesn't have much in the way of acceleration, but his agility is okay. He's got hands of stone.
He can jump a bit, and he can
jump
tackle.
A bit, but he's got 95 tackling, and of course the 99 awareness.
And he's got great stamina too.
Yeah, those are the things that make him a good player, right?
Yep.
And of course Burton is a very similar player on paper to Jamie Boston. They both basically started with this team too, right? They're two original linebackers.
Yeah, basically the Lifers had well-balanced linebackers who were nothing special but nothing terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, at corner, we have a couple of pretty good corners. The nickel guy right now is a speed guy.
Yeah.
And he's also a younger player, so I'm hoping that he'll move up in the depth chart eventually. And then we've got a very speedy guy.
Oh, wow.
At the dime position, right? And if we look at these guys, they're all, the dime guy is a little bit questionable, but they're all pretty decent tacklers, especially Thompson.
Yep.
Who may or may not be a converted safety, actually.
A lot of these guys might be considering their tackle rating, because most corners don't ever...
Hanks, I know, is an original corner on this team.
Yeah, he is.
Right, he was but no one else at corner is an original player except for Grant Brown, who's playing wide receiver this season.
Yep.
And then, of course, at safety, free safety, we've got Troy Simpson, who I think was a pick that you made, right? He's actually a pretty fast guy with great agility and acceleration, crap catching, but
good tackling.
Good tackling. And then Ellis is, I think, a leftover from the original team. He's a survivor from the original team who's just gradually improved to the point where he's gotten to be about as good as he's ever going to get. And then, of course, over here, we've got Cato, who is also a survivor from the original team.
Yep.
Right? And Fraser is actually a converted linebacker, so that's you again.
Yep.
Right? bringing these guys in. And he's got tremendous acceleration, bad hands, and he's also probably the best tackler out of the 4 safeties. Right?
Yeah, his main issue is that he's got very poor jumping.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what the team looks like. On offense, where I'm going to play offense like we've been doing this season with the Crusaders, and you're going to play defense, because that will give people more or less an accurate look at the differences, I guess,
Okay.
between the two teams. And of course, we're playing the Dallas Desperados here in Week 16.
That should be a good comparison.
Well, they're a tough team. They're not a pushover. You can see that the offense is overall rated 90 for the Lifers, which is comparable to the Crusaders.
Yep.
It's just that the type of team that the Lifers are is different, right?
Yep.
They have more speed at wide receiver and
Less talent at running back.
and less talent at running back. Although I don't know if I'd say less talent at running back, less speed.
Yeah.
For sure. And probably less talent because Calvin Allen is like Superman.
Yeah, well, he's like a
Right.
once-in-a-generation player.
Yeah. Well, he's like that defensive tackle I drafted for the Spitfires franchise, right? That guy that the scouting report says accelerates like a 400-pound sumo wrestler.
Yeah, and then he has 99 acceleration.
And as a rookie, he had 99 acceleration, and he had like 93 strength or something too, right?
Yep.
Like the guy is just an overwhelming defensive lineman. He just bulldozes through everybody, right? And yeah, Calvin Allen is kind of like that, only as a running back, right?
Yep.
He's the running back equivalent of Roman George, the defensive tackle that I drafted for the Spitfires, who is probably, without a doubt, maybe we should do a Spitfires game too, partway through this season.
Sure.
You can demonstrate what kind of destructive force you can bring to bear when you're controlling Roman George.
That would be fun. That'd be fun. Yeah, I've actually had some issue with because I think our current backup defensive tackle is Nakfur there. He is a converted linebacker.
Yeah.
He's actually so fast, it's almost difficult to control him.
Well, George has only got about 53 speed, but he has 99 acceleration, so he goes from 0 to slow instantly.
Yep.
And actually, when you watch slow motion, when you watch
The replays and stuff?
in the replay you watch defensive linemen hit offensive linemen. Well, it doesn't matter what anybody else's characteristics are.
He's always hitting them first.
George always hits his man on the offensive line first, right?
No matter what.
And that's what having a very high acceleration value will do for you. Right?
Yeah, whereas if you have a low acceleration value, you can see offensive linemen try to trade blocks and things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's no block trading going on when you're playing against Roman George. In fact, you can probably quite often just run around the offensive lineman too, right?
Yep.
So it looks like they won the toss, so I guess we'll elect to defend this end of the field. And as you can see, we're in the orange and fluorescent orange and yellow.
Yep.
So
The classic jerseys.
I designed this team actually, and I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, it's something that you've had. You've played a team of this design for a long, long time.
Yep, ever since Madden 03 actually was when I think the
Original lifers.
because you have to you could still do sort of a create a team, but you had to basically assign that team to one of the existing teams in the league kind of thing, right? Like
Yeah,
you couldn't randomly create all your own players.
Yeah, I think you chose the 49ers all the time because they sucked in that game, right?
Yeah, well, I chose the 49ers, and then I got the brilliant idea of, you know what, Alcatraz is, at San Francisco, right? So I decided to call them the Alcatraz Lifers because they had that kind of cool logo of the convict with the iron ball on the chain around his ankle too, right? So, and the color scheme also kind of matches, like prison uniforms.
Yep. Okay, well, they've got an injury at tight end.
Yeah. Well, they've got a slow guy at tight end then. I wonder if they'll do like that last opponent that we were playing against with the Wizards did, though, and they would substitute in a fullback or somebody as the other tight end.
Well, they have a hell of a fullback to sub in.
Yeah.
He would be an absolute nightmare to cover.
Yeah, or they might put in another running back or something, like another halfback, because they don't have enough tight end type players, right? So
I guess it'll depend on if they tend to run more of a two-back offense or a one-back offense.
Well, if they come out in any two tight end formations, you'll just have to be observant, I guess, and just try and have a look and see what the number on the guy's jersey is, right?
Yeah, well, the number on their fullback is 32.
Yeah, and their halfbacks will also be probably, like 30, 39, 40 kind of thing.
And welcome
Yeah.
back.
Okay, so here we go. And Romberg, the punter, actually handles the kickoff duties for this team and has for a long time.
Because the kicker doesn't kick the ball as far.
He got all of that one. From the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I think this was before I ever got to the idea to try the all-Madden kicking drill.
Oh, by the way, we're using the Magicians franchise sliders in this game, too.
Okay.
I changed to that a while back.
Yep. So this will have the harder sliders in it as well.
Yeah, that's right. Their run blocking is going to be a lot tougher.
The backs are lined up in an eye. Hands it off to the back. Burton stops him.
That being said, the Lifers' defensive line is pretty good. I would say they're easily the equal of the Crusaders' defensive line.
A hard count could be an effective way to keep them off balance.
Redding is probably not quite as good as Roble, but their defensive ends are very, very good players. Both of them, right?
To the tailback. Redding records the tackle.
Well, I guess I made that tackle anyways.
Yep.
A lot of weapons, and we expect to see a lot of scoring in this one.
Yeah, they sure do. But you need two things for a good offense. Lots of talent.
See, I'm tempted to come out in a nickel just because of...
because they're gonna run a play action pass probably, right?
Well, not only that, but I'm tempted to come out in a nickel just because of I don't know who's all out there. See 39 on the left there?
Yeah. Oh, they did try to run.
Yeah, who else is all there? Okay, so they have 88.
39 there. He's the guy playing
72.
tight end on the left. Right?
Yeah, so they've got they actually are lining up offensive lineman at tight end too,
well,
and then they're lining up this guy who's their halfback, second string halfback.
That's because that's a 3 tight end formation, right?
He
Yeah.
knows how to prepare, and it really pays off when you make stops like that.
One with a fullback in it too.
Yeah.
Here's the punt. He's
Wow.
waving for the fair
That was
catch.
not a good punt, but what we notice is that they seem to have lost their special teams rating, so maybe it was their punter that they lost.
Maybe. Anyway, we'll try a little bit of this to start off with.
Handed off to the fullback. Dropped in the backfield for a short loss.
Well, that didn't go as bad as it could have, but it didn't go great.
Yeah, well, you know.
They're very good at clogging up the line, limiting the number of holes and cutback lanes that the back has to choose from.
We'll go to the, man lock punish formation now.
And throw the bomb against them?
No, we'll throw this.
Drops back, throwing on the run.
Go, John Mike Houston.
See, it's the punishing the man lock, right?
Yep. I'm glad the ref didn't get in your way there.
Yeah, well, I had to kind of move around to try and avoid him.
That's when he decides to throw it without setting his feet. He'll shuffle and he'll bootleg. And when he sees the passing window
Yeah,
open up,
John Mike
he'll get it
Houston,
out of
the
there
one and
pretty
only.
Yep, the old veteran. Oops, what am I doing here? Yeah, let's do this.
Makes the tackle at the 3.
So even though Gaines is just a halfback, I was fairly confident that I was going to be able to force my way ahead there. And he did. I managed to pick up a couple of yards.
They're just 3 yards away from the end zone.
But just like most other teams, the Desperados are extremely allergic to allowing any running yardage, right?
Yep.
You know, like they will allow you to punish them through the air so long as they don't give up any substantial amount of yards on the ground, right?
John, one of your favorite terms right here. I'm going to use it. Boom.
Yeah, but that's worse than a boom.
And that's Williams, the first-string fullback.
1-yard gain on that play. The ball almost on the goal
And my
line.
strategy here is I start off with calling a wide run, and if they do something like that, well, then I will actually try the toss. Whereas if they try a wider front and spread the line apart, then I'll audible to that dive up the middle, right?
Yep.
It's the toss to the right. Fullback handoff. That was an almost perfect run in that type of situation.
He was like a locomotive with a full head of steam.
The kicking team heads out onto the field. And it's on its way, and the extra point is good. Get a reminder, John, this ball can get hot at any time.
Now, the defense is going to have to figure out.
Well, that only took me 5 plays to go half the length of the field there. Pick meter's a little bit messy today, too.
From the 4.
Look at that. I did almost the same thing I did on the first
3 and out
kickoff.
on the offense's last possession.
Looks like they're going to come out passing now, huh?
So they have 1st and 10 here. Stabler, the lone back.
Or not.
Stabler. Hicks stops him for negative yardage. The defensive line wins that battle.
Yeah, and he was looking for a place.
That's those defensive ends, though.
The defenders had all their gaps. And
Well,
there
that was
no
your
place to cut
left
it off.
outside linebacker, Hicks, that stopped that play in the backfield. But yeah, your defensive end on that side will have held his position, right?
Drops back with the pass.
That's a defensive end covering that pass.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's fast, though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He's got 85 speed, so he can get down there and do that, right?
The home team puts it secondary.
Our pass coverage benefits.
Kaufman using split backs.
Oh, I got pancaked there.
Throw.
That's okay.
That's okay. Holt on the other side, he's got 60 speed, so he's not dead slow or anything.
You have guys watch film
Right.
each week, try and figure out where he likes to go with the ball. and
Yeah, well, I
certain
really try to
situations.
take away those over-the-middle
When you face
passes because they throw so many of them, right?
You're right there in position.
Well, that was your
Knock the
defensive
pass
ends
away,
playing
or
those
force an
zones in
interception.
the middle both times to stop those, right?
Fair catch.
Yeah, we're not going to go anywhere near that.
No.
Looks like our second-string halfback is also our special teams guy. That's interesting.
So I use packages quite a bit with this team because in this type of formation, I'll have ball in the backfield
Yep.
Baker with a man in
for
motion.
his speed, right?
They give it to the halfback. Phillip brings him down at the 39-yard line. And he picks up about 4. About 6 to go.
Okay, I'll try my luck with this and see if it works out.
Hand it off. Number 28.
You see that? He landed on the top of his helmet.
Jeez.
Look at this.
Yeah, that's always a that's a rough animation, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, see that? He literally landed on the top of his helmet, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually a fumble animation, right?
Yeah, that's why you got to have the big neck roll on your back.
Yeah.
It's third down.
Okay, well, now if they want to play man coverage here, I'm going to see if I can burn them.
The visiting team come out in a nickel package.
Oh, okay, it's nickel. Or it's zone defense.
Fires it out to the right. And his pass is complete.
The referee had coverage responsibility on that guy.
Well, it's nice. That has actually, I know we've run this play again and again, both you and I use it. But that's such a nice pattern because just where it angles and then stops, it fits in that soft spot between these two zones, right?
Yeah, then that guy's just like, not in my zone, coach.
Well, both of them, he's not really in this guy's zone, but he's also not really in that guy's zone, right?
Yep.
You know, like there's a seam there
Let's get back to the action
that you can take advantage of.
Baker with a man in motion.
Okay, so Koch there is a player I'm trying to develop a little bit too.
Drops back, closing in.
But I'm going to throw the bomb to Rice.
Oh, but you just got the overthrow. 99 throw accuracy, and you still get the overthrow, right?
Yep. Well, you know what? That's just the way it goes sometimes.
It's enough to drive you crazy.
Changing the play now.
Probably not going to get much here, but we'll try it anyways.
One is handed off. Beckett makes the stop at the 47. Gain of 2.
Okay, I'll try and set this trap again and see if it works.
The ball inside the 39 to convert. A lot of speed on the field. For the
Okay, well, let's see how it works this time, eh? So long as I don't overthrow this.
Gets rid of it.
Oh, you jinxed it.
Well, you know what? We're playing against an all Madden team, and that's one of the ways that they even things up, right?
Yep.
Because I had him open on, like, if he'd have caught that long pass, that was a touchdown, right?
Yep.
And if he'd have caught that short out, that would have easily been a 20-yard gain. But I guess that's fine. I'll get one of those next time, right?
So they have first and 10 here. Backing off. Going to the air on first down. Throws it. He hits his receiver.
Now, sadly, I even had the curl flat zone going to that side, but it just didn't matter.
Well, he was completely surrounded by defenders. It's just that none of them were close enough to him to break up the pass, right?
Yeah, none of them were in the perfect position to break up the pass. They were all kind of surrounding him.
Yeah, it was like he was standing in the middle of a box.
Yeah,
right?
or a pocket or something.
Yeah.
Up with 2 backs behind him. Going to the left.
Well, he had to break a tackle to get that 0 yards.
Yep. Well, that was your free safety, Simpson, that came up and made that tackle low, too. Like the second man.
Yep.
And he's fast enough that he can support the run on that side and still make a stop for no gain, right?
Hoffman with a man in motion. He's it off again. Stiff arms the defender to the ground. Ooh, that one will leave a mark.
He got popped. I'll tell you one thing, he's going to feel that in the morning.
Gain of 3. 7 yards to go. Stabler, the lone back. Pressure coming. Rosen.
Oh,
Hank
come on.
at
Wow.
28-yard line.
I don't know how that was a completion, but okay.
That was just like no coverage.
They come through with this perfect play that gets him a first.
Well, I don't know if it was no coverage or the guy, he was all over him, but he still caught the ball, right?
Yeah. Just one of those things.
Giving some cushion on the outside. Under pressure, gets the pass off.
Oh, wow.
With the tackle.
I know, you've got like the double layer zone there.
Offense having no trouble moving the ball on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is having a lot of trouble stopping it.
I don't know. That was a pretty dangerous looking throw too, right?
End of this drive.
1st and 10. Press coverage on the outside.
Well, maybe we'll see if we can press them.
Hand it off. Holt with the stop. At
Yeah,
the
see,
33-yard line.
you're going to get more
Gain of 2.
effective play from your defensive ends, but your outside linebackers are not as quick, right?
Yep.
7th play of this drive. About 8 yards. The defense is going to play this one very tight. Kaufman sends a man in motion. With the throw, he hits
Man,
his
they
receiver.
just didn't press that. They didn't jam that outside receiver at all.
23-yard line. Kaufman
Yeah,
has been
well,
perfect
since
on
they
this
are
drive.
all Madden players, they are difficult to jam, right?
He's
Yeah.
going to stay in that rhythm until the defense knocks him out of
But
it.
you might want to throw a spy in there or something maybe and have that guy sitting in there short. Because I found on those short crossing routes sometimes if you have a guy standing in the middle there, sometimes he can break that pass up or even pick it off, right?
Oop.
The backs are lined
You know,
up in an
I don't
eye.
think you need to worry too much about Kaufman as a scrambler, but
Takes him down at the 15-yard line. Looks like he's heading to the sideline just to get some air.
he's tired now.
Yeah, we tired him out.
Yeah.
The first down marker is just inside the 13. Van Dyke moves in motion. Tosses it left. Drops behind the line for a loss of a couple. Number 29 did a great job getting in there.
Oh, now they got a big
What
setup.
happened? They ran to the outside looking for some room to run off tackle, but he was in the backfield so fast they had no chance to set up the play. That's just great defense.
And this is the 10th play of this drive. They need about 3.
Think they're going to try and run to the right, maybe?
So they're inside the 20. Need to get a touchdown.
Yep.
They'll get it again.
We just couldn't get in there and stop him.
At the
Yep.
9-yard line. Vanelli with a nice run and picks up the first down.
It was well executed. They hit their blocks and the back found the right hole.
Well, it might be one of those scripted events, too, after I had back-to-back overthrown passes. And then suddenly now they managed to move the
9
ball,
yards will
right?
get them 6 points. The corners are moving up to press the receivers. Again with the carry. White with the stop. At the
That's your
8-yard
right
line.
end there making the play on that one.
Yep.
Down quickly.
These guys up front are very tough to block because they can use their size and strength to get excellent leverage on running plays. Sometimes they struggle a little with their consistency, but they always seem to be a big factor when the game's on the line.
And now they're 8 yards away from finishing this drive with a touchdown.
They won't get this off before the end of the quarter.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and the teams have switched sides, and we'll start the second quarter.
Man, they just really want to come out in that multiple receiver set there.
Yeah. They like single back formations, and they use them a
Magic
lot.
number right now. Only one man back. Kaufman with a man in motion. On the ground. Hank records the tackle at the 6. And they went with a run on that play.
Looks like this guy's going to be involved in the offense today.
3rd and goal. They'll play things tighter on the outside. Hoffman out of the gun. Steps up with the pass.
Well, you had it covered.
They failed on third down because he felt.
Yeah, at least I kept them from scoring a touchdown.
Yep.
A golden opportunity.
Good job.
3 cracks from inside the 10.
Well, the defense came after him on the passing down and made him throw it under pressure. That's not the best scenario for getting a touchdown.
And it's up. Plenty of distance on
See,
that.
the 4-3 is a goal line defense.
The visiting team backed it up.
Well, to tell you the truth, the standard goal line formation, I don't know, the AI seems to be able to play it kind of okay, but I've found that it's not really very effective, and I use other methods to defend my goal line too. All right?
Yep. Ooh, somebody got hurt there.
Yeah.
For a play or two. And Jill will fill us in a moment. It's 1st and 10. Throws it.
Oh.
That's fullback that's not very good at catching, though. He dropped it, right?
Yeah, he had trouble getting control of that, too, by the looks of it.
He just couldn't get it under control.
Jill, what can you tell us about the injury?
I was able to talk to the team doctor, and he indicated that it is a minor injury. They expect that he'll take a series or 2 off, then return to the field.
All right, Jill, thank you for the update. Throws on the move. He finds his man. Stone takes him down at the 32. No trouble making that count.
That's what these receivers are always looking for.
Okay, they'll try and set this up again. Maybe I can actually hit him with the pass this time.
Nickelback in this time. Baker with a man in motion.
Okay, we'll run this anyway.
With the pass, and he makes the grab. Number 55 stops him at the 39-yard line. Can't draw it up any better than that. Textbook first down. It's 1st and 10. Hands it off to the back.
Yeah.
A lot of room in front. The 50. And the 28.
Nice.
Down at the 41-yard
Well,
line.
you might notice that number 20 there, right? He's another one of those guys that's
And we go back to the game.
he's actually a wide receiver, right? Because that
Yep.
was actually my 3 wide receiver
1st and 10.
formation. And I think he's also something that you did. They're basically a
Directing traffic.
halfback converted to wide receiver for some odd reason.
Maybe he was really fast or something?
We'll get the call
I don't know.
again.
Oh, come on, you guys.
Oh,
Well, at least he got it back.
The home team.
Wow.
I don't know.
7.
I don't think that was a fumble anyways, but
Yeah, well, I'm not going to challenge it because at least I got it back.
yeah, exactly.
Hit on him like that.
The visiting team come out in a nickel package. Throws it.
Oh, come on. Jeez.
That's a second overthrow.
Resulting
Yep.
in an overthrow.
That's
He just threw
crazy.
that pass too hard. The receiver might have caught up with the ball if he used a little more touch.
7th play of this drive.
That's 3 times I've overthrown the ball there, eh?
Yep.
With 2 extra defensive backs, the defense is in the dime.
Well, I'm going to end up punting after this, but
Gets the pass off, and it's caught. Number 28 makes the tackle at the
Well, at least Grant Brown made the catch.
yeah. I don't know if I can kick a field goal from
I
here.
don't think so. Because we don't have a very strong-legged kicker, right?
No, when the punter is still doing the kickoff duties, you know that your kicker is maybe lacking a little.
There you go. Coffin corner rookie drill is what this should be.
Very shallow punt. He signals for a fair catch.
Well, it's still inside the 20, so who gives a
Hey,
shit?
I'll take it. Because lots of times those land and then they roll for quite a ways, right?
Yeah.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Only one man
Ooh,
back.
I've got a little bit of
the man in motion.
stick problem there.
Yeah.
They give it to the halfback. Number 29 with the tackle at the 12-yard line. Stabler couldn't find an opening and was brought down very quickly.
Yeah, he was. This line has to do a better job of holding up at the point of attack. He has a fast first step. He can explode through the hole. And he needs a line to create that little crease or cutback lane to break free.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. With the throw, right to him.
Yeah, hit the seam in the zone there.
Yep. Yeah, he throws it over the short guy and in front of the deep guy.
He's glad he made that catch. I'm sure the quarterback will look his way again. when he
Again,
gets
though,
another
that's
first
just
down.
a design shortcoming, right, in the game. Because I don't think that it should be quite that easy to find a horizontal seam between short and deep zones.
Yeah.
They try to get the running game going, establish something big.
It's just the way they have players play the zones, right? They don't keep covering the guy as he moves down the field, right?
That's right, they don't pass them off.
Is what they're going to need.
Stabler with the pass.
Well, that was almost an interception.
Yep.
You got to deliver the ball out there quickly.
Well, the thing
It has
about
to be
the
catchable.
play action is it's a coin flip. You never know what you're going to get, right?
Drops back. Goes over the middle. He hits his receiver. Hank
Now, who was covering the drag guy there? Okay, the drag guy actually got picked, but he didn't throw it to the drag guy, even though he was wide open.
He threw it to the deeper guy.
Looks like he's just
Uh-oh.
shaken up, and we'll get
Oh,
the
that's
goal
okay.
report
You've
from
got
Joe
plenty of
Shortly.
depth there. Any one of those four guys could be a starter, right?
Only one man back. Kaufman sends a man in motion. Stabler. Holt with the tackle. At the
Jumps over a guy.
46-yard line. Picks up a nice gain
I don't know
here.
how he made it past that first tackler.
They have to get the ball inside the 45 to convert.
Well, he
to the
actually
first down.
jumped somebody there.
Corners are
Yeah.
giving a bit of a cushion. Kaufman with a man in motion.
It looks like they're just going to work on ramming it down your throat here.
Gets the pass off. He finds his man. Ellis with the stop at the 38. So they're able to pick up another first down.
This offense is clicking. They're making the right calls at the right time.
It's 1st and 10. Vanelli lines up behind his fullback in the eye.
There we go.
Jamie Boston feeds him a forearm.
Pass defense.
Yeah.
And this is the ninth play of this drive. 8 to go. Only one man in the backfield. Stabler. Burton takes him down at the 30-yard line. And John is still trying
Well,
to move
third
the
down
ball
and
around.
2.
This is a tough physical team that likes to run the ball in just about any situation. When you can run the ball consistently, it really wears down the interior line, and it helps to slow down those pass rushers.
10th play of this drive. About 2 to go. The home team pulls its secondary up to help with the short yardage situation.
The offense has been stepping it up on third down.
Yeah, you got
all
him.
day.
Peter records the tackle at the 29-yard line.
Well, they'll probably kick another field goal here, though.
Yeah, this is well within range, I think.
Because he looked like he could have broken out of the pack. Now they just have to kick the field goal.
From here, this will be about a 46-yard field goal. The kick is up.
Ooh, he didn't make it by much.
Sailing through.
He's definitely got an NFL
Well, we did
leg.
notice that their special teams rating was a little down, right?
Yeah.
Decent kick. We should have a return. from the 12-yard line.
Oh, go! Oh.
Not fast enough.
Yeah, wow. You know what? If that had been any other team, that would have been a touchdown. That's about as close to returning a kickoff for a touchdown as I've ever seen.
Well, I don't think it would have worked with any other team, though, because no other team has as good a blocking as that.
Yeah.
That was great blocking.
Number 20, the man in motion.
That's what made that return work. I had somewhere to go.
Oh, dear. Here we go.
He did a nice job of getting off the line and getting into his pass pattern. But he had the ball bounce right off his fingertips.
And it helps, too, that Ball there is a bit of a running back as well, right?
Yeah. Well, he is a running back for all intents and purposes now.
Dropping back, he's looking on the move. He hits his receiver.
McCoy catches it and falls forward for 10 yards.
Yeah, well, McCoy is also another original player
Between the quarterback and the receiver
on the team, right?
But he's good enough for the position.
Yep. Wow, okay. Okay, this is... Oh, all right.
Like he's calling an audible.
We'll go this way instead.
Houston in motion. Ames running with a lot of room in front. The 40. Big hit on the ball carrier.
And that is why you should not do that.
That's what happened here. He just got unloaded on.
Ames really had a nice run there.
He hit that hole in a hurry, didn't he? He'll do that kind of thing to you.
That is a very risky behavior, in my opinion.
Just that little bit more quickness. I'll tell you, he sure heck looked quick on that play.
Baker sends a man in motion.
Okay, Koch, catch the ball this time.
Throwing on first down. Throws it. And he almost, but no catch.
And you're just having no luck today. You overthrew him like 3 times, and then the one time you do throw it to him, he drops it.
He's got to know that he can count on him to make the catch.
5th play of this drive.
Well, I haven't had much luck here on offense today just because of that kind of thing, right?
Dropping back, looking downfield, fires it out to the left. And he hits his target. That pass was right on the mark.
Well, that's okay. Clark will get it done for you.
In fact, the pass was right there. Those are the kind of passes your receivers love.
They'll get a first down if they can move the ball inside the 19-yard line. Flings it to the outside. With the adjustment, he has it. They convert to the first down on that throw.
And they ran the perfect play to get those couple of yards.
And this is the 7th play of this drive. And they find themselves in scoring range. Nickelback in this time.
We'll do a little bit more of this, too.
Williams, number 20, with the stop at the 13. 2-minute warning coming
Hey,
up.
I can let this run out to 2 minutes. I think I will.
Play of this drive in field goal range now. Baker sends a man in motion.
Yeah, this looks like it'll work pretty good.
Yep.
Gets rid of it, and it's caught. Stone makes the stop.
And he caught it.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to overthrow that one.
Well, the thing is, if you kind of baby them a little bit, then, you know, like they'll catch those, right?
So it's first and goal. Right, the motion man. Pressure.
Oh, couldn't even get it away.
Yeah, you had people open, but it didn't matter because the rush came too fast.
Yeah.
It's a great play because he had to slip the blocker, then use his speed to get back to it. He just made it look simple.
A little over a minute left.
Okay, here we go.
Come out of the nickel. Number 89 in motion.
Okay, don't overthrow it this time.
Drops back. Gets rid of it. He hits his receiver. Phillip records the stop at the 1-yard line. The receiver showing us soft hands on that reception.
The guy's been working really hard trying to improve. Looks like all that extra work is paying dividends.
The ball almost on the goal line, less than a yard away. The defense has had difficulty stopping them on third down. Calling an audible. Roberts.
There, now each fullback has a touchdown.
Yeah, there you go.
Just get in behind the center and guard and keep pushing and pushing until they're putting up 6 points on the board.
But you see what I mean? Like if an all Madden team can't stop a run up the middle into the end zone from the 1-yard line or 2-yard line with the goal line defense,
Almost no one can.
almost no one can, right?
Lined up for the kickoff.
If they can't do it consistently, I know I don't have any faith in that formation either.
And he got all of that one. A great
But weirdly enough, if you use a 4-3 or a 3-4 or some variant of it, it's like you can get penetration into the backfield in unexpected places and stuff like that.
Yep.
And, you know, like your chances of stopping them are much better, right?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah. Well, again, I guess it's a design flaw in the game, right?
backing off. They'll go from the I formation. Kaufman sends a man in motion. To carry it.
Oh, just bounce off that guy.
Yeah.
Him at the 27-yard line. Pick up
That's okay. They're going to let the clock run out here for.
At the end of 2, the score is 14-6.
Well, it's a competitive game so far.
Yep.
I don't know if we're showing anybody any difference, but
Oh, I think so. I think so, considering we tend to pound these guys by like 40 points these days.
yeah. Anyway, it must be time for the halftime stretch.
Indeed. And we're back.
Yes, and it's been a close game so far, and actually, you know what? The even time of possession, yardage is very similar. The main difference is that you force them to settle for field goals, whereas usually when I got down, well, when I got down to the other end, I got touchdowns. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, well, I was trying to get around those three guys on the left there,
Yeah.
but I didn't see that guy coming from the right, so that kind of slowed me down.
Well, you managed to get a decent kickoff return out of that anyway. A few yards further than you normally would have.
Not bad.
Yo, I think the return team on the left is a little bit weaker. I've been noticing that.
Yeah.
Or rather, the coverage team on the
There,
left.
you see the way I was able to hit that gap?
Yep.
I can't do that with a faster player, right? This is an Anthony Gaines style run right here, right? Because with a faster player, I would overrun it and basically I would end up caroming off of the back of this guy here, right?
Yep. But you hit that gap completely perfectly.
Yep.
And you even managed to get past that one guy who tried to arm tackle you, too.
Yep.
Speaking of which, speaking of defense,
So they have
the only pass deflections we have in this game are from both defensive ends.
Yep.
Only our defensive ends can do our pass coverage in this game.
They are good pass defenders.
Apparently.
When you gain 5 yards or more,
And in this case here, I'm just going to try and dive it up the middle, because if I get 1 yard or no gain or something like that, well, it's better than taking a loss on first down, right? And you'll notice that Gaines is strong enough that I was able to keep pushing forward. You know, I didn't lose any yards or get pushed back, right? You know, he basically can fall forward when he meets resistance.
Changing the play now.
And these guys are starting to play a little bit smarter now, right? Now they're forcing me into this. But even there, he fell forward, and I gained at least another yard, right?
Yep.
That just goes to show you that the coach trusts the guy to hang on to the ball.
3rd and 6.
Consistent success on 3rd down, which they've had, usually translates into a win.
He sees something in the defense. Dropping back. Throwing.
Yeah.
Pass is completed.
Nice.
And that's how you make them pay, right? Because Rice is fast.
Great confidence in his arm. He knows that he can make the
He's definitely a weapon.
Yep.
I mean, even John Mike Houston's a weapon, but it looks like Rice is even faster.
Oh yeah, Rice is the guy that I designed that particular type of play for, right? In fact, I may have deliberately
Looks like he's calling
left
audible.
him as a slot receiver, even though he's good enough to be wide receiver 1 or 2,
Just so you can throw that pass to him.
just so that I can throw that pass to him.
Catch is made. Garner with the stop.
It looks like they had a defensive end going out in the zone there. He just missed it.
Yep,
Well, that's the thing though, right? Defensive ends aren't necessarily the best pass coverage guys.
that's right. They're not necessarily pass coverage guys. Let's get the 2 fullbacks out there again.
Calling an audible now. Robert. Phillips makes the play at the 17. Good blocking up front, allowing him to find the seam downfield that he needed.
That's a good job of separating out of the defensive lineman.
See, and I've actually had some success running the ball here. It's just that it has been with a group of players. With this team, I have a tendency to run by committee quite a bit, eh?
Dropping back to pass on 1st down. With the throw, number 55 cuts him down.
Well, thankfully though, Gaines has a decent pair of hands on him, and he'll catch that even while he's getting hit.
Yeah, well, that's why I threw it to him. I figured Roberts would be open in the middle, but he's a fullback, and my fullbacks on this team, while they are very good run blockers,
They can't catch.
and they're good, they're also pretty good straight ahead runners, but they don't catch very well, right?
Again to the run. Number 28 records the stop at the 8. They're trying to move the ball on the ground.
A running attack that is consistent and effective will help the offense dictate the pace of the game.
And this is the 9th play of this drive. So as they get set to try to convert, here's what both teams have done on 3rd down.
Okay, what are we going to do
You
here?
want your players to dig deep and make a clutch play. When you convert, it gives your defense a little extra rest, and it gives your offense a fresh set of downs to work with.
Dropping back. Gets rid of it. No throw.
Wow, that was almost a touchdown.
Almost a touchdown.
And a 2-ton truck pulling a trailer.
Baker guns one for a 1st down.
Now we can put our goal line offense out there again.
Stop that.
It's 1st and goal.
With just inches to go.
Calling an audible now.
Whose turn is it this time? I think it's going to be Williams that's going to get it this time.
Williams. He just got it across the goal line.
It sure was. His lineman created a little push, and the back just slammed right in there and got past the goal line.
They'll line up for the extra point. And it's on its way, and he tacks on the extra point. Starting to get into the groove. That's 14 consecutive points.
Well, that drive went pretty well all my way.
Best way to move the ball against this defense.
You
Yep.
can't ask for much more out of a drive that gets you into the end zone.
They did everything they had to on that one. And the end result.
But that's why I have,
across the goal
like,
line
you know,
and a TD on
realizing
the
the kinds of players that I have. That's why I tend to pound the ball into the middle on the ground a lot.
The visiting team.
Because even if I don't make a lot of yards at it, I at least don't lose yards. And it chews up time off the clock, and it gets them to, it prompts them to bring more players down to the line of scrimmage so that I can take advantage of it, right?
Yeah.
Man in motion. Gets the delayed handle.
Oh, broke my tackle.
See, with you, if they want to run in the middle a lot, well, you're going to keep playing the way that you play anyway, because you already know that after a drive has gone on for 4 or 5 minutes, they're going to lose patience and they're going to go to the air sooner or later, right?
Well, not only that, but I have quite a bit of faith in my ability to actually cover the gaps in the middle.
Yeah.
That's why I play defensive tackle, because I know that my formations, in particular, are actually particularly weak in the middle against the run. So I rely on myself filling in those gaps.
Yeah. Yeah, and you do it very well, actually.
Stabler, the deep back.
Oh, well, now you can have them all cover that way.
Yeah.
They give it to the halfback. Can't bring him down. Burton pulls him down at the 37-yard line. So a pickup of maybe 3.
I think there was way too many defenders flowing in that direction, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of guys out there.
Eight to go.
Oh, somebody didn't block him.
Yeah, that's a mistake. It's a mistake to not block that guy.
They've been effective up front. They do a good job of getting upfield quickly, creating havoc in the backfield. Misdirection plays and draws could be a good way to use.
But that's also the way that a lot of these plays in this game are designed too, right? They skipped him, right? Because they're trying to get some kind of blocking set up deep downfield.
Yep.
And they're hoping that, you know, like that guy will miss or the running back will break a tackle or something like that.
But he's fast enough he can make up for that.
Yeah.
So it's just not a good idea. It doesn't matter. Just don't do that.
He's also, I believe, going to the Pro Bowl, like at right end.
Yep.
Which is hard to do, you know, like because of the way things are working here. But I think he is a strong enough player that he is, you know, getting some recognition.
It's 1st and 10. Calling an audible. Hands off to the tailback. Drop in the backfield for a short loss. Good job knifing in there to bring him down.
He brings a lot of things to the table. But the thing I like the most is how prepared he always is. I mean, he can run and he can tackle. And he watches so much tape that he actually anticipates what the offense is going to run before they call the play.
With the throw, he finds his man.
Go, John Mike Houston.
Yep.
The 45-yard line.
Well, I looked at that and I thought, you know what? If they're going to play that way, I'm just going to try that slant and just see if I can get it to work.
I love watching him catch the ball.
Well, he does it a lot. Uh-oh, what's going on here?
John Mike Houston just has that star power name and that star power fame.
Yeah, you got to admit, he's got a cool name too, right?
Passing on 1st down. Throws it. And this
Wow,
pass is
look at him slip away.
Yeah, slipped out of a tackle and kept going.
That's his agility there, right?
throw by the
Yeah.
quarterback on that pass.
You know, they really put that thing in there. That's why I used to.
Because he's not very fast, but he can slip away from people.
Usually because he just can't hang on to the thing.
Yeah, he is actually a surprisingly decent receiver out of the backfield, too.
Directing traffic.
And this is his kind of running right here.
Hands it off to the fullback.
Except when nobody blocks the defensive end, of course.
Behind the line of scrimmage. Nice play.
You know, he'll fall forward against almost anybody, but it's pretty hard to fall forward against a guy who weighs 100 pounds more than you.
Well, thing is, he got hit from the side there, too, right? You know, like that guy should not have been able to get through there, but it was that block skipping thing, right? Oh, and then he dropped it.
Yeah, 99 catching, I think.
I think that was fixed. Right? First you have an offensive lineman skip a block on a defensive end. Right?
Especially if the incomplete brings up fourth down.
I know we talk about this a lot, but you know what they should have done is they should have kept this format of this game, and the first thing that they do for 06 is they improve the offensive line blocking logic.
Yeah, give him Madden 04 line blocking.
And improve defensive player pursuit angles, right?
Yeah.
Do those two things, and then after that, you can build on the game from there, right?
Stabler is the deep back. They'll pass on first down. Gets rid of it.
Ooh, boy.
Incomplete. Not much touch on that pass.
Had Holton there, I guess.
No, that was...
was that Boston?
I think that was actually Burton. Because you had your right outside linebacker playing in that position, right?
Yeah, maybe that is Burton. No,
yeah,
that's Burton.
Back to the game.
But he has about equal hands to Boston, right? No, he puts the metal caps on the ends of his arms before he goes out there to play.
Right.
The hook hands.
Yep.
You know, yar.
Eye patch and all.
Stabler, the lone back. Dunbar, the motion man. Dropping back. Rosen. He finds his man. Thompson with the tackle.
See, that's one thing that's happening to you in this game that doesn't normally happen is lots of times you're getting stood up, right? You know, like you do your looping pass rush thing there with Redding, but Redding is not as strong as the players that you're used to playing that position.
That's right,
with,
yeah.
Right?
I mean, he pulls off for the run defense type of thing, okay? So, like, he's still got the agility and everything, but he's not as strong.
Yeah, when he runs into one of those offensive linemen, he just gets stood up.
2nd and 1 coming up. The corners are giving
Basically, all you're doing there is you're eating up a block, but you're not really doing anything else, right?
Bishop moves in motion. Another run.
That's a cool thing you can do from that formation.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, he's one of the most knowledgeable defenders in the league. He knows how to play the
Yeah, I
game,
noticed that, like, I don't do exactly what you're doing here, but I noticed that having linebackers up on the defensive line like that quite often will fool offensive linemen because they're not quick enough to keep up with them, right?
Closing in.
Ooh.
There's your two-man pass rush.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
Yeah, and you almost got in there, too.
Yep, I caused enough pressure to make him throw it.
You caused enough pressure to make him throw the ball early.
And then this is just full saturation zone. We've got 2 flat zones. We've got 2 hook zones in the middle, taking away stuff up here. This guy might have been kind of how you doing because I'm playing a big cushion.
Yeah.
But, you know, the goal is to give up nothing long.
Yeah, well, and you also got enough pressure that you made him throw maybe before he had a chance to look that way too, right?
Yeah.
He's punting for the
with my 2-man pass rush.
With your 2-man pass rush, yeah. Is your equivalent of 9 Velcro, I guess. Eh?
Yeah, well, basically.
From the 18.
I just wanted to,
you wanted to get that big 4-yard return, eh?
well, I thought I could anyways. And who knows, maybe I'd have broken that guy's tackle. I didn't that time, but you never know.
With a man in motion. And off to the tailback. Drop
Yeah, they had too many guys up on the line there, and I didn't have time to audible out of that.
They got there and
Yeah,
shut
they
that
always
play
screw you
down
out of
very
time on
quickly.
change possession.
That's just the case of studying game film this week paying off. When you know what they like
You
to
don't even
run
have to
in
run this
certain
play.
situations, you
No,
can
I don't, and I don't
anticipate
think I
the
will,
play
because
and
I
stop the
kind of
play
don't like the
before
way
it
that
gets
they're
started.
lined up here.
Completed 3/4 of play, and the score is 21-6. The home team begin the fourth quarter with a big lead, so we'll probably see a ball control style offense.
That's right. Empty backfield all the way.
Directing traffic.
Ball control.
Yeah, that's right.
Isn't the name of this playbook control?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Gets rid of it.
Aw.
Dropped it.
Well, he should have caught that one.
Yeah, I hit him right in the chest. That wasn't even dropped due to contact. I think he dropped that before contact was made, and then contact was made after.
Yeah. No, he just dropped it. Right. Actually, Kosh has dropped 3 or 4 passes in this game because he drops them about as often as he catches them, right?
Come out in a nickel package. Calling an audible. He's looking, throws it.
Oh, again overthrow. Wow.
He had
Every time you tried to throw that this game, just about, I think you completed it once.
Yeah.
He needs to be a little more patient. Find his receiver and then deliver the ball on a spot
That just drive you crazy.
the receiver can go to.
Yeah, well, it's because we're playing an all-Madden team, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so they've got to
because
inflate
I
their pass defense.
Exactly. I noticed that when you're playing a higher caliber team, I think that...
from the 25.
Okay, well, he went out of bounds. I think a lot of that has to do with a dice roll, and the dice roll comes up incomplete pass, and it doesn't matter if the receiver beats his man or anything like that, right? Like, it just doesn't matter.
Backing off.
Yeah.
Because all they're doing is they're comparing player statistics, player ability scores.
Pass play here on first down. Pump faking. Gets rid of it.
Shouldn't have been greedy there, man.
That was a dangerous pass.
Watch out because he just got decked.
Yeah, that player just got greedy.
That's just a great
Yep.
job by the receiver. Not only was he able to make the catch in the rocket, but he was able to pick up some nice yardage too.
I don't know. You got away with that once. I don't know. Can you do it again?
With split backs.
I've been doing this all game long, actually.
Oh, really?
I'm putting it out there as my run defense.
Oh,
So a
okay.
gain of about 1.
Well, it was effective against the run.
That's because it's still got the nickel guys in the box there.
Yeah.
Quarterback back in the shotgun. He's looking.
Oh, and then the spy there knocks the ball down. Eh?
Yeah, well, look at this. We've got 2 hook zones,
Yep.
He just
And
needs to
a
be little
spy.
more patient out there.
and 2 flat zones,
Yeah.
and 4 deep zones. Right? Like, about the only thing you could throw against this is a deep post.
Yeah. Well, you might not want to go to the well too often because they might just do that to you.
Yeah, they'll do it anyways. I mean, like, I'll line up in this man under 3,
Yeah.
and they'll throw a deep post against me. But they're in 4 wide receivers, so I've got to give it a try.
The home team
Right.
backs its secondary off the line to be in better position to defend the deep pass. Dropping back, throwing short to his
Or they'll
left.
throw the swing pass.
Yeah.
White takes him down.
Well, that was an attempted screen, but screens seldom work well against full man coverage, right?
Yeah.
It takes a lucky thing, like a lineman getting out really quicker than usual, or something like that, and getting a chip on one of the coverage guys, right?
I might have been able to get a return there too, but oh well.
Ball on their
Nah,
own
it's not
16.
worth it. I wouldn't do that.
It didn't really help you last time.
No.
Faking. Baker sends a man in motion.
How come nobody blocked that guy? Like,
Dude, your
wow.
lead blocker actually ran past that guy.
Well, not only that, but I think because he's a defensive lineman,
He should be blocked by somebody.
well, yeah, and I mean...
Your
you know
fullback
what?
didn't block him either.
Well, and look at what the right tackle, like, why doesn't the right tackle block him?
Because he wants to block that linebacker real bad.
Yeah, like, that's just, I don't know.
So let's pick up the action.
Sometimes it's nearly impossible to design plays and expect consistent results, right?
Up here. Baker with a man in motion. Snap and throw to the 20. Garner records the tackle at the 22.
Well, you know what? That worked so well, I'm going to go there again.
That's not a voice line you hear very often either. Snap and throw.
Yeah.
And they don't miss tackle.
There's still like all kinds of voice lines in this game that we just don't hear all that often.
Yeah, I heard that one occasionally, but not often, and usually only when you're working out of the shotgun and you receive the snap and then you get rid of the ball like instantly, right?
Looking for an option. Rolling. Breaks the tackle.
No problem.
Ellis with the tackle at the 29. Baker fires complete, and it's good for a first down.
He excels on third down. Some quarterbacks just do.
Well, we're out rushing them.
Yep.
Looks like he's calling an audible. Hand it off to the fullback. Number 55 pulls him down at the 31-yard line. 1 yard gain on that play. About 8 yards.
Okay, come on, catch the ball. Catch the ball, Kosh.
Throws on the run.
Oh my God!
Bring that pass in.
That's another one of those.
Come on, man.
Before he had the ball.
Oh, wow.
Sixth play.
That was all hands too.
I'm trying to develop his catching ability, but it's just not developing.
Third down conversions is a keeper stat.
Wow.
When you convert on third down, you keep three things. You keep your drive going, you keep their
That's about all I
defense on
could
the
do
field,
there.
and you
Yep.
keep your defense resting on the sideline.
Well, that's okay. You push the ball a little ways downfield, and now you can punt it back to them.
Romberg comes into the game for the punt. Rivera is back to receive this kick.
And that's a good, solid punt.
Yep. Well, Romberg is an accurate punter, that's for sure. Right?
Here's the kick.
And he's got decent power, too, if he's still doing the kickoffs, right? That's inside the 20.
Yep.
That's like a 50-yard punt inside the 20.
That was a good punt. All right, we're going to try this.
So they have first and 10 here. Giving some
Cover
cushion
both
on
wide
the
receivers
inside.
in man coverage. And play some double hook zone in the middle.
Stabler, the lone
Not
back.
that I think I really need to cover tight end, too, because he's a lineman.
Number 29 records
Yeah.
the tackle.
Yeah, he's just out there for the blocking,
Good game
right?
for the offense here in the second half.
This is one of those guys who seems to play better as the game goes on. The more he gets the ball, the better he does.
You know what? When they come out like this, we come out in this. That's kind of how this game is going.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to come out in this again. Because they haven't successfully done anything with this yet, so we'll see what they do. Okay, that time the guy was kind of sleeping there.
Well, he found that dead spot between the short and deep zones again, right?
Oh, the short zone guy also moved into the field before moving back out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll try... Maybe we'll try something like this.
The corners are moving up to press the receivers. The backs are lined up in an I. Gives the ball off. Burton
Yeah, there's not going to be any running there.
the 43.
Nope.
So a gain of about 1. Second and 10.
No, you've had quite a bit of success stopping them from running, actually. I don't know what they're doing now, but at halftime they were only getting like about 3.5 yards per carry, right?
Looking downfield, throws it. He hits his receiver. Thompson pulls him
Funny
down.
thing is, you know what? With all these patterns that he's running here, where he can stand in the pocket for 4 seconds and look, he's not sending anybody deep, eh?
That's because I basically cover the deep pass all the time, right? I'm allergic to giving up the deep ball.
Hoffman with a man in motion. Passing on first down. Pressure coming. He surveys the field. Throwing.
Yeah, deep post. And the thing about it is, you can play a short or a deep zone in the middle all you want. There's just no way to take away that deep post. Alright, the only way you can take away the deep post is if you play something like cover 2 man FL.
Yeah.
But if you play cover 2 man FL, then you got to give up something else, right?
Well, you've got two guys covered in man coverage, and then you're hoping that your zone holds up against the slot receiver, right? When you do that.
Stabler. White with
Yep,
the stop.
not blocking that
26
defensive end again.
1 yard gain on that play.
Thing is here, even if they get 3 or even a touchdown here, you're making them take enough time that they're going to run out of time, right? At the pace that they're going.
Lines up behind his fullback in the eye. Fires it out to the left. Diving tackle to bring him down. Hoffman with a hot hand on this drive.
And what he's doing is sitting back there in the pocket, seeing everything, making great decisions, and getting the ball to the right guy. He's playing very well.
Stabler in the backfield. Stabler.
He gets a great look right here.
Oh, they're going to go for 2.
I tell you, he takes the defender right out of his shoes that time.
Yeah, I think definitely that strong safety should have made the tackle there, but oh well.
Oh, ran away from me. So they got their conversion too.
Yep. Well, I guess I have to score. I have to at least kick a field goal on this possession.
Kick this one off.
Or use up a shitload of time.
Yep. Or run the clock out. Yeah.
From the 4. To the 20. Sheds the tackle.
Wow, look at that guy go, hey? He's motivated.
Yeah, well, I bounced off a whole bunch of people there, but it looks like he got
hurt,
injured
he's
too.
hurt. Oh boy.
I had to work hard to get that 30 yards anyways.
Yeah, you did.
The visiting team come out in a nickel package. Williams. Shelton records the tackle at the 31. Williams was dragged down.
Well, again,
to the line of scrimmage.
only gained a yard, but didn't lose anything.
That allows him to hold up against the run while also giving him the speed to rush the passer.
Yeah, they got a 4-3 out there against, that's going to be a linebacker on Rice.
Number 89 in motion.
Okay, come on. Don't overthrow it. Just don't.
Gets the pass off. Great pass. The 40. Phillips.
No overthrow, and you got out to the 50.
Good throw. Good catch to move the chains.
You know, as a receiver, all you have to do is get a step, and this guy's going to put the ball on you.
So we have 1st and 10 here. He sees something in the defense. Dropping back, Rosen.
Haven't thrown a ball to Rose yet.
You could hear the collision.
It's okay. Rose is still good enough to do his thing, and especially against
That's worse.
is that linebacker coverage or
No, that was a corner.
he just blew it.
Yeah. Well, that type of pass is extremely difficult for even a corner to cover anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Changing the play now. He'll pass on first down. Rolling. And this pass is completed. Garner pulls him down at the 30. 2nd and maybe 3. Directing traffic. Gets the pass off.
Oh, see that? He had the dive for it, but he did manage to get out there and stop it, right?
Sixth play of this drive. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line.
Okay, so we can run it down to 2 minutes here. I don't have to call a play here, right?
That's right. Do you think you can kick a field goal from here, or are you going to go for it on 4th down?
This will be a 46-yard field goal, so I think I can kick a field goal from here. So long as nothing goes wrong. I just didn't want to risk a pass there and not be able to run the clock down.
Yeah, because then they'd score for sure.
He's one of the best in the league, John, but it's a little surprising to see him in from this distance.
Uh-oh, I missed. I missed.
The kick is up.
It's going to hook to the right.
The kick was wide and off the mark.
Oh, damn it.
We'll just have to do our best here.
Well, that's the thing that drives me nuts is I've noticed that the kick meter has been misbehaving as well in this game. And it just seems like it in some games it's very steady and I don't have any trouble operating it at all. And in other games it's all over the place, right?
Under pressure.
That's a good time to get a sack, though.
Yep.
Pressure.
Oh, there goes our pass rusher.
Gets rid of it.
Getting cut blocked.
Great athlete.
That's okay.
Yeah,
They have to call a timeout now.
Because he'll never hang you out to dry. That's something he's always had. Good rotation and a soft cut.
Looks like they'll play bump and run on the outside. Out of the shotgun. Dropping back, passing ring. Perfect throw.
Man, he gets his hand in there, but it just doesn't matter.
37.
Yep.
The defense is going to play this one very tight. Rolling out to his right. Throws it.
And every throw is a catch, right? No matter what you do. Go ahead and call a timeout if you want to reset things.
Closing in. Throwing.
Yeah, that's not going to work, because we got a deep zone in the middle there.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're going to keep going to the air, but it might be a little too late.
And this is the 6th play of this drive. The corners move up to play this one tight. Looks like he's calling an audible. Stabler, the lone back. Dropping back. Pressure coming. Gets the pass off. He hits his receiver. Big hit there. He was run over by a truck.
Yeah, 2-ton truck pulling a trailer.
Throwing. Great pass. Burton is the guy who's there to bring him down.
Well, at least he's there to stop it.
Looks like he's changing the play.
Hey, that guy's off. So look at that.
Wow, he was really offside.
Wow.
Under pressure.
Oh, where's my man coverage guy there? I'm playing 5-man coverage. Where is that coverage guy?
Yeah.
On the score.
Yeah, he got
picked.
By the stupid fucking offensive lineman there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
The offensive lineman who can't...
They're going to go for 2? Really?
They're going to go for 2.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is it.
Well, it looks like they'll try to take the lead and go for 2. Stabler.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
They took a gamble there going for two.
Fuck
Okay.
you and you go for 2.
Oh, you gotta, yeah, I would say they're probably going to try an onside kick now.
As we take a look at his stats. Here's the onside kick. Clean recovery.
That's, oh, come on. Did that travel 10 yards?
We can't
Well,
challenge it.
you can't challenge it. That didn't, okay, you know what?
It did, but
It got mishandled by
Rice mishandled it.
Rice of all people.
yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable.
It's 1st and 10.
That's very cheesy.
Coverage along the outside.
Wow.
Changing the play now. Stabler, the lone back. Rivera comes in motion. Pressure with the throw. Almost intercepted. Hicks had his hands on it.
He's a pretty good cover linebacker. He can run with most guys, and he gets good position. Then he reads the pass, and he makes his move. But he'll drop a few like that one.
I would be very surprised to see a run play now.
Hoffman scans the defense from the gun. Throwing. He hits his receiver. The visiting team call a timeout.
Why don't you throw the prevent on there? I'll bet you they're not going to run.
He gets his helmet right under his chin, and wham, he takes him straight to the turf.
Think so? Think we'll throw the prevent on there?
Why not? Get all the speed on the field that you can.
Drops back. Closing in. Fires it over.
Man, we just can't get the pass coverage we need.
Big hit
Yep.
there. He was run over by a truck.
Yeah, two-ton truck. Holy
Well, you're either going to stop them or we're going to lose this game. All over a cheesy
Stop the clock for the spot.
onside kick, eh? Wow.
It's 2nd down and 10 to go. Only one man back. Fisher in motion. Dropping back. Looking for the deep pass down the right side.
Yeah, you better get your hand up there.
Wow.
Thought he had something long, but there's no connection.
Thing is, they can still kick a field goal from here, right? Like, the only way you're going to stop them from scoring some points is if you can push them backwards.
Oh, I'm doing my best here.
And this is the 6th play of this drive. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Stabler.
Yeah, see, they're playing for the field goal here.
Him down at the 25.
Call a timeout.
Burt wanted some time to sort things
The
out.
only way I'm going to even get a remote shot at this is if, because otherwise they'd just run the clock down until there's no time left and then kick it anyway, right?
Yep.
The field goal team comes on to try to take the lead. And it's up.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate, them recovering that onside kick. Rice should have had that one.
Yeah, that was very, very cheesy, and in fact, that ball had only traveled 5 yards. It wasn't even necessary for him to try and pick it up there, right? Because it's if the ball doesn't go 10 yards on an onside kick, it's a penalty, right? You got to pick that up.
I'm trying to.
15.
That's a squib for you, right? It bounces
Yeah.
all around.
They wanted on that return.
The returner needs to be a little more patient. He has to wait for his blocks to develop.
Well, I think we're SOL now.
Then run for daylight when he breaks through.
1st and 10.
What a shame. All because of that stupid onside kick.
Yep.
Bull, the motion man. Looks like he's calling an audible. He'll pass on 1st down.
Oh,
He hits his receiver. Baker stops the clock with that timeout. 2nd and 4 coming up here. Baker sends a man in motion.
Yeah, if our safety had been a little bigger and he'd have made that tackle, that also might have made the difference.
yep.
Pressure
Wow,
coming.
it just doesn't matter, right?
And he drops
I even
the
had
pass.
the tight end in there blocking, and I still couldn't get it. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull a rabbit out of the hat here.
No, I don't think so.
So this could be the last play of the game.
Guess you can ask, who's your fastest receiver?
Rice.
Here we go. One last chance, and they have to come up with some kind
Maybe
of a
send him
miracle
deep.
play to pull this one out. Dropping back, surveying the field.
Oh,
Whoa, that was really off target.
Complete.
Wow. You know what? I have had so many off-target throws in this game.
On behalf of BA Sports, John Madden.
Should have been able to score more than 21 points in this game, too. All right.
Yeah, you had a lot of trouble with off-target passes.
Well, and with receivers that beat their coverage guy, too, right?
Yep.
Anytime that I rolled out of the pocket, it seemed like my accuracy was basically slashed in half.
Yep.
But anyway, lots and lots of cheese in this one. That was probably a playoff preview too, right? However, a very close game.
Yeah, they really, in the second half there, I just couldn't stop them no matter what I tried. I tried zones, I tried mixed man zones, I tried man coverage.
Yeah. Well, it was statistically a pretty even game too, but they still needed a couple of really cheesy breaks in order to make it work for them, right?
Yeah, well, mainly the way that I think that one has to beat the AI is you really have to starve them of time of possession.
Yeah.
And if you can't hold on to the ball long enough to starve them, then you just can't do anything.
Well, the thing is, though,
Yeah, how many drops did you have this game? You had like 4 drops from coach.
like this guy here dropped 4 passes. And then actually having Houston dropped that pass on 3rd down.
Yep.
Right? And so this guy actually dropped more passes than he caught.
Which is a shame.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems that I have though with this team is I don't really have somebody that I can throw to out of the backfield.
Yeah, it's not like the Crusaders where you can throw to almost every running back on the team out of the backfield.
Yeah, but this one is a very telling stat too, right? Like you only got 1 sack. You got lots of pass deflections in the second half, though.
Yeah, we only had 2 pass deflections going into the second half, so. But they passed a lot more in the second half, too.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it seemed like we couldn't get to those really tight coverage situations. They just still went in their favor somehow.
Yeah. Well, also the missed field goal cost us, too, right? Basically, that also cost us a game. There are a number of things had to go wrong, like more than one, right? I'd say about 3 or 4 things had to go wrong in the last 10 minutes of that game, and they did.
Well, that's all right. We did our best, and we still had a good outing.
Yeah. See, he didn't really statistically do any better than I did, right? In fact, he only had a long pass of 19 yards. And running, they didn't really do all that much better either.
Yep.
You know, at least not yardage per carry. But here's the big difference, right? Their receivers only dropped 1 pass.
They still only got 1 sack.
Yeah, they only got 1 sack as well. They only got 1 pass deflection.
Yeah,
right?
you kept it away from them quite a bit, too.
Yeah, like I didn't throw any bad passes, at least not at defenders.
It was those overthrows on 3rd down that just killed you.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is that it seemed like
Every 3rd down.
every 3rd down. It's 3rd down, so now it's time to throw an incomplete pass, right?
Yep.
And that's why I said I felt like I was, kind of playing dice roll football a little bit today. Because it just seemed like things were just a little bit too close and a little bit too cheesy. But anyway, you know what? I'm going to break that guy's neck the next time I meet them. Because one thing that I do on defense that you don't do so much is sometimes I will quite often if I'm experiencing difficulty stopping them, I'll start sending more guys. Like
Yeah.
I'll send 5 or 6 quite often. Right?
It's risky for me, right? Because I don't want to end up in a situation where I send 5 or 6 and they go over my head. The only time I tend to blitz really heavy is inside my own 20.
Yeah, but that's because, though, I've developed blitz plays where I still have the 2 safeties playing back deep.
Yeah.
So they can't throw over my head. I guess I don't need to do all this save thing. They can't throw over my head if the blitz doesn't get him, right? They still don't get any really big plays out of it, but I tend to get more big plays on defense.
Yeah, whereas I more or less just play a consistent level of defense all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I do tend to play more attacking style than you do. So, and sometimes it works for me and sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, I guess that's it for this time around. Until we return with the Crusaders, and hopefully we have a better outing.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what the improved sliders do, folks. So
It makes a big difference, especially on offense.
Watch our Magicians series, which we are just getting started on, right?
Indeed.
And yeah, the modified sliders make a huge difference as well. They make the game much more challenging. But anyway, I guess until next time,
I'm RecV5.
and I am Sandman99.
Have a good one.